Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Attack on Titan. Last time on Attack on Titan, we had Beast Titan. Excuse me, I accidentally spat a little. Jeez. Beast Titan. There's a Beast Titan. He's all big and furry, and he talks. And it broke through Wall Rose, and then there was a really creepy end theme song that I have been listening to constantly since the last episode, just because it's so disturbing. But yes, there's a new Titan. The Beast Titan, also known now as the Beastie Boy. Once again, as a recap, we have the Colossal Titan, also known as Fat Man. The Armored Titan, also known as Little Boy. We have Eren Yeager, also known as Buffered Sea Titan. We have Annie Leonhardt, also known as Lean Jean. We have the Wall Titan, also known as Pink Floyd's The Wall. And now we have the Beast Titan, also known as the Beastie Boy. Yeah, he can talk. There's also Titans in the Wall, by the way. That's why, yeah. Perhaps Titans were the scaffolding, the foundation of the wall. Perhaps they don't have any sunlight, so they can't really do anything. But a part of it was revealed, and Pastor Nick was like, "Don't let sunlight touch it." And then obviously Commander Hanji was starting to have an orgasm over the possibility of Titans being in walls. So yeah. I guess that was pretty much that. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of Attack on Titan, what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment, click on the link there. That will take you over to the reaction. You can watch it just like a normal reaction, and when you're done with that, you can pop right back over here to this YouTube video for the discussion. So that being said, let's get right into this episode of Attack on Titan. Here we go. Alrighty. A Sasha episode. I was not expecting that, actually. I don't know, well, hey, I'm glad for it, at least. I don't know, it's so strange, because Season 1 was so, it was broken up into different arcs, I kind of just expect that now, It's like, okay, let's get rolling. What's the next huge thing? What's the big fight? But no, we're kind of, I guess we're sort of in the middle of that. Yeah, I guess we're sort of in the middle of that. It's the battle after Wall Rose, basically, which Eren and the gang are heading towards now. So until they get there, we have to, we're watching, Sasha and Connie and Reiner and all them. So yeah. But yeah, I did not expect a Sasha episode. And you know what? I'm glad for that. I mean, hey, friend, she used to just be Food Girl. She used to be Food Girl. Now look at her. She's Sasha. But I guess that sort of happens for every character. Krista just used to be small, cute, blonde girl. Now she's Krista, And then, what the hell is her friend's name? The girl that's always, giving Krista shit? I don't remember her name. I don't know, but, until I know her name, she's the girl that gives everyone shit. So, yeah. This one will be for Connie's people, and for the mother that ended up dying. Okay. So, okay. When they cut into that house, for a little while, I wasn't even sure that was a Titan. Because he was, hunched over, so, you couldn't really see his size. So he just looked like a normal guy. And I was like, wait, is there, okay, this is what I thought. For a second, I was like, oh my gosh, is someone getting raped? I was like, what? What? Is that just happening? Wait a second. And then I was like, wait, is this a Titan? And I was like, wait a minute, is a Titan raping someone? It's like, wait, Titans don't have dicks. What the hell? And it's like, oh no, this Titan is just eating this woman. But But the way he held her, it made me think for a little bit. It was like, oh, God. I don't want to think about that. Ugh. But yeah, like, I was confused for a little bit. It's like, oh, no, he's just a small boy titan eating this woman. And taking his freaking time, by the way. Unless he just got there or something. I don't know. Ugh. But yeah, so... we do have a couple things that we're going to talk about. I don't think this is going to be a too terribly long discussion, though. So, first off, the walls. So, okay. This is such an interesting thing that I would have never thought about. I would have never thought about this. The walls, you always see they're just walls. But you never see, like... the in-between or, like, you know, where one brick ends and another begins, you know? Even, like, you know... Because there are structures where, like, I guess what's the term I'm looking for? Mortar? Like, you know, brick and mortar, you know? I think that's the right term. But, you know, the stuff that goes between bricks. And that's used on a lot of, you know, brick buildings. However, the pyramids did not use those. Those pyramids, those rocks are not connected together. They are just stacked in such a way, because the Egyptians were brilliant, they were stacked in such a way that nothing's going to happen, you know? Thousands of years later, nothing has happened to those pyramids. So you would almost... So if you thought that, oh, well, you know... Like, it could have been, it's like, oh, well, that's what happened with the walls, right? No. Because now Armen, whose genius rivals the Egyptians, I don't know. Armen has figured out that the walls are not made of bricks. They are made of titans. And not just like, oh, well, they... used titans as the foundations. No, they used titan encasement powers, basically. They used, like, titan encasement powers to build the wall. It's the same stuff that Annie is now consumed in. Annie is encased in that. It's the same thing. And I like how they say, you know, it's like, oh, it's pretty much invincible, you know? Which is why the Colossal Titan struck a gate. He didn't strike the actual wall. No one has actually struck a wall, you know? In fact, so I guess the only point where the walls have ever received any sort of, like, damage or give was when, like, Annie was trying to climb out of there, you know, because she hardened her skin, you know, so that she could try to climb over the wall. And it's because of what she did there and, you know, Aaron, you know, yanking her out, that gave enough give to reveal that one Titan. Wow, okay. You know, it's one of those things, though, how did no one notice this? Nobody noticed this, apparently. Nobody noticed this, which is interesting. I don't know, because, I mean, I guess we don't, maybe we don't have the full backstory on what happened, but I mean, like, you know, 100 years ago, Titans showed up, most of the world's population was destroyed, and what's left of it was, you know, brought within the three walls. So I guess... maybe someone built the walls out of Titans and then the people came in? I'm not sure. We're really not sure all the details. And they're not sure what the details are, you know? Because it's like, it was only 100 years... Like, if this was like, okay, these walls were made 1,000 years ago, then yeah, okay. Yeah, the history of it might be lost. But 100 years ago... 100 years ago, these walls were made and nobody knows... how it was done. Like, it's not in the history books or anything. Like, what? Although, maybe, if anyone questioned it back then, perhaps they were killed. to keep the secret. And it was just covered up, which is entirely possible. This is, let's be honest, humans have done a lot in terms of changing history. So and if all of humanity is in this one place, it would make sense that whoever, maybe the king or whoever, decided, well, we can't let the people know this, so we have to get rid of it, It's possible. And now, Pastor Nick is going out with the scouts to see the destruction of Wall Rose. And apparently, he won't talk about it, though. He just won't talk about why... He won't talk about why the walls were built with titans. And yeah, Commander Hanji has a good point, where it's like, if he is that committed to keeping this secret, what is this secret that he is keeping? What could it possibly be that requires this level of secrecy, Alrighty, let's switch over though to Sasha. Sasha, she used to just be food girl, but nope, now she is Sasha, Okay, so Sasha, I guess, it kind of seemed like she was just a country girl, She was a country girl, she lived in a forest with her people, and they had this sort of old traditional way of, doing things. They were hunters, and most of the rest of the world were farmers, which is interesting. And it was getting more and more difficult. It was getting more and more difficult to keep up their hunter lifestyle, especially when, after the fall of Shiganshina, that, it's, from what it sounds like there were, refugees that ended up in their forests, hunting their stuff and, eating their food, basically. Which I love this, because I was like, with how obsessed Sasha is with food, it's amazing that she can keep her slim figure. But it's not that she is obsessed with just eating everything. It's the fact that the girl starved, It's the fact that they ate what they could, but they didn't eat amazing. So when she could, she tried to sneak food away so that she wouldn't be, starving. But like they say in that first scene, it's like, no, you can't eat some of this stuff. We're saving it for the winter, So that's a really good explanation as to why she is food crazy. They could have just gone with she likes food. That's just her quirk, That's just her, little funny thing about her personality. But no, they legitimately gave a reason to why this girl loves food. That's honestly amazing. I love that so much. But yeah, so I assumed that was her father. I guess I don't think I ever really said it, but I'm just going to assume that was her father. Was basically saying, look, maybe we need to give up our way of life, even though, yes, it's what we've done, but maybe we need to move on, join the rest of the people in order to try to help each other, basically. It's like, look, we can either try to help ourselves and then possibly fail and beg for their help, or we could go to them now and we all help each other, Instead of them coming to us for help and then, us sort of staying in our ways until eventually we need to go to them for help. Why don't we just all go and help each other? Which is interesting, and I kind of think, that's the thing, man. The old ways is such a complicated thing, honestly. And if you guys have seen my One Punch Man reactions, which I know that's a very interesting segue, but in my One Punch Man reactions, there's an episode where there's a meteorite, that's going to like an empire. There's a meteorite that hit the ground here. I'm gonna go check it out. No, but there's a meteor that's about to hit. I think it's City Z. But okay, there's a meteor that's about to hit the Earth, and a lot of people are going to die. Like an entire city is going to be wiped off the face of the Earth. And some of the heroes go out. Genos goes out. Eventually, Saitama goes out. But one person who goes out is Silverfang, but the only reason that he went out was because he has a dojo that is within the path of the meteor, and it will be destroyed, and he doesn't want to abandon his dojo that's been in his family for generations. And I say, fuck that. Go save your life, man. Go save your life. This is not what your family would want. Forget the building. What matters is your life. And we're kind of getting that a bit here, where Sasha is saying, no, we need to stick with our ways, We need to stick with our ways and not help them. Whatever. It's every man for himself and stuff like that. We need to stick to our hunting ways that we've had, that our ancestors have taught us. And her dad is saying, look, shit sucks. Shit would suck less if we all went and sucked shit less, What a brilliant analogy I've woven for you. But yeah, it's look, we could stay here. We could probably last a little while. And if we did that and we lasted a little while, then that'd be great. But eventually we will fail. We're already on a decline. So instead of hitting rock bottom and going to the people that, that we have sort of been at odds with and begging for their help, why don't we set everything aside? We go to those people now and be like, hey, you've hit rock bottom. We're on our way. How about we help each other so we don't have to stay at rock bottom? And honestly, yeah, I'm kind of with him. That it's look, you can stay here and hunt and starve. Or you can try to build a better future with the people. And yes, it is still complicated because like Sasha says, these are the people that look down on us for years. And yes, that is difficult, but if you go now, it's basically if you go now, you will basically be looked at not as, you'll basically be looked at hey, we're brothers, we are kin, let's help each other, instead of everyone pretty much has hit rock bottom, maybe they're trying something, we have just hit absolute rock bottom for us, and now we have to go to them with our tail between our legs. Instead of going to them with our tail between our legs, let's go with our hands out, ready to shake and ready to help. Is basically that, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for. So it's an interesting thing, and a great backstory for Sasha, honestly. And it's honestly, it's a simple backstory. It's simple. It's not tragic, really, like some of our other characters, like Mikasa or Eren or any of them. It's no, it's a lot more simple. It wasn't anything oh, the Titans then came, and so I was no, but I like the conversation that they have. It's look, we could go help the greater good, or we could try to help ourselves. One of them will most likely fail. One of them has a better possibility of succeeding, though. So, now I'm curious, because that's sort of where we leave Sasha in that flashback. And then the next time we see her in the flashbacks is when she is a cadet. She's training in the military, and she's basically trying to hide who she is. She's not really talking that much. She's being overly polite, probably because if she really, starts talking the way she normally would, she would end up revealing where she was from. It's oh, you're those asshole hunters, basically. And she's trying to avoid that, She's trying to avoid that. So I'm curious, though, what exactly... I feel like we're almost missing a piece of the flashbacks. Like, okay, what happened to change Sasha between... Is it just the fact that she had to join, the military? Because she said it's like, oh, my town kicked me out and told me to come back when I was normal, So you wonder, it's like, okay, maybe it was that. Maybe that was a wake-up call for her to where she was like, okay, I gotta get better. I can't be such an asshole. Greater good, okay. But I don't want people to know who I actually was. I want to try to be something different. So that's why she sort of, censors herself. And the girl that gives everyone shit was like, I'm going to give you shit for trying to hide who you really are. And a part of me is like, okay, I get what she's saying. It's like, oh, don't be afraid to be yourself, even if, you think we might not like it. Be yourself. It is actually... Like, as she was talking about it, I was like, okay, this is like some weird sort of back-ass inspiration thing she's going on with. But I like Krista saying it's like, no, she is who she says she is. If she wants... Like, there's nothing wrong with being polite, If she wants to be polite, let her be polite. So I like that, Krista coming in. Krista... I was going to say best girl, but obviously you guys know I have my... worship of the goddess known as Mikasa, but you know what? Hey, maybe this is a pantheon with multiple goddesses. I would say, Reiner. No. It was Jean that called her a goddess. Armin called her an angel. Jean called her a goddess, and Reiner called her his future wife. So yeah. Anyway. I love Krista. I still love Krista. I know. I love Mikasa, and I know these are fictional characters that are. Someone told me Mikasa's 15, like now. Like, I don't see how that's possible. That means that means she was like 12 when she signed up for the cadets. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. Y'all can clear that up in the comments. Either way, it's always weird when I start obsessing over these fictional female characters. But you know. And then we had Saving the Girl, which again, it took me a little while to figure out what the hell was happening, because it's like, okay, it's a Titan, but he's tiny, and the way he like positioned the mother, I'm like, what's going on here? But no, it was just, and this guy, dude had no hustle, by the way. And I know that's probably a weird thing to say, but this guy had no hustle. He had no hustle eating the mother, and he had no hustle to try to catch Sasha and the girl. Sasha outran this guy. Like, this guy had absolutely no hustle, but he had a strong-ass neck, because it took multiple chops with an axe, and she didn't even kill him with that axe. So, yeah. Oh, but yeah. Sasha is home now. She met up with her dad and the rest of the people. Meanwhile, Connie's home is not doing too well, unfortunately. Connie's home is pretty much gone. We don't know if his family did get out. Possibly Connie's family did get out in time. But we do have the Odd Titan. This strange Titan. Almost looks like this Titan was dropped out of the sky onto this house, and it's so weird, like it's all like shriveled and stuff, and it's like, okay, well, it can't move. It's got like some, it looks like it has some ribs protruding, and it's like, what's happening here? And it's not dead, because otherwise it would be, basically evaporating. And it can't be a hybrid, presumably, because unless it's some sort of a failed hybrid or something, like if someone is still in there, but I don't think that's I don't think that's possible. Plus, it doesn't look. Every hybrid Titan we've seen has had such a distinct look from the normal Titans. So I don't really see this being a hybrid Titan. Plus, if it was a hybrid Titan, as soon as that person gets out, the Titan, evaporates. So I don't know what's going on with this Titan. So, yeah. But that's pretty much it. Good episode. I'm curious to see where we are going next time. And yeah. Just a great episode, and a Sasha episode. I didn't think I wanted a Sasha episode, but now I'm glad I did. I got that. Those were words. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Attack on Titan reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.